You want it all, but you can't have it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Just JP. My name is Justin, and today we are doing a viewer's request. We are going to be listening to the song Mad Man Moon. Is it Mad Man Moon or is it Mad Matt? It's Mad Man Moon. Okay. I thought it was Mad Moon. Sorry. By Genesis. This is a viewer's request from the following. Excuse me while I get my phone. This is a viewer's request from Carter Link, Woody and Sidecar Dog, SLW59, David Ryder, and John F_UK. Thank you guys so much for the recommendation. Always looking forward to getting into Genesis. But before we do, let it be known, and you guys have probably noticed, wearing something a little different over here. Don't know if you know, I'm wearing another kind of beanie thing over here. I like to have something covering my head, whether it's a hat or a beanie or something. It's just a self-conscious kind of thing. Now, I bought this just so I could have some variety, so I'm not constantly wearing, you know, the backwards Overwatch hat. Even though I love it, I just wanted a little more variety, a little more style. You know, something else to add to my closet and my repertoire. But upon bringing it home, trying it on, my wife said it makes me look like, what's the best way I can describe this? Natasha, really quickly, how did you describe this hat and what it makes me look like?
Like a wannabe hipster.
Okay.
Like you don't look super nice.
Okay.
Like not nice, like you don't look nice, like as an appearance, but I mean, like it looks like you have a bad attitude.
Okay.
What are you listening to?
Genesis, Mad Man Moon.
Okay.
Say that 5 times fast. Mad Man
Moon.
See? No. So, honestly, just curious. Just let me know if you like this. I'm only going to do it for one video. If you don't like it, just let me know nicely in the comments, and then we're going straight back to the hat. This song is from the album A Trick of the Tail. It's their 7th album from Genesis, obviously. Interesting that this is the first album to feature Phil Collins as the lead vocalist instead of Peter Gabriel. So this was their transition period. Now it's interesting, I was just kind of like browsing very quickly in, on Wikipedia, and it says that critics were impressed by the improved sound quality and the group's ability to survive the loss of Gabriel without sacrificing the quality of music. So, quick question to you guys, especially you who have like listened to Genesis and followed their career. How did you feel initially about Phil Collins taking over Peter Gabriel's job as the vocalist in the band? And then, when you heard the album for the first time, did it meet, exceed, or was it below your expectations? How did you react as a fan to Genesis? Just very curious. Join me on Twitter. Join me in the comments down below. And this is Genesis. Oh, I still have Epic by Faith No More still up. Okay, there. This is the song Mad Man Moon by Genesis.
Was it summer when the river ran dry? Or was it just another day? When the evil of a snowflake in June could still be a source of relief. Oh, how I love you, I once quite long ago. But I was the one who decided to go to search beyond the final crest. Though I heard it said just goodbye, so high. So I pretended to have things for my eyes and took off in the air. I flew to places which the clouds never see, too close to the deserts of sand, where 1,000 mirages, the shepherds of lies come the horse's kick to send me back. If I could find the horse, not me, of sand. If this desert's all there ever be, then tell me what becomes of me. For the rain, there must be another of your dreams, the dream of madman. And thoughts will fly higher till the earth brings them down. Forever caught in desert lands, one has to learn to just believe the sea. It's all there'll ever be. And tell me what becomes of me. For the rain that must be another of your dreams, a dream of man.
was good. That was nice. I think it's quite evident that the heart of that song is the piano. And I was kind of looking through as I was listening every once in a while. And it seems that this song was written by Tony Banks, who was the pianist, keyboardist for Genesis. And it's very evident from this song. He leads the song. Really, everything else is based around the piano in here. I think Phil Collins does an awesome job singing here. I enjoy Phil Collins more in his softer tones, in his softer side. And so I think that this song suits him quite well. Even though he's a great singer on his own, it's just I prefer him on the softer end. I think that's where his voice really shines. And it's funny because Phil Collins has this sort of, I don't want to say an accent, but there's a certain tone in his voice that you can tell it's Phil Collins. He has this slight dramatic tone like in the back of his throat when he's singing. And I like that because it adds something to the song. My favorite part of the song is actually the break. I think the break where everything kind of spaces out, the piano is doing its thing, and then slowly things are kind of being brought in. And as I've listened to Genesis, that's something that I've actually always noticed about their middle sections of their songs, their breaks, their bridges, whatever you want to call them. I've always looked forward to them because I always like what they do with it. I mean, you can take a song like Firth of Fifth, and you have such an awesome soloing going back and forth. The flutes, the piano, and then the guitar solo. Whew, the guitar solo. And it's no different here. We have, once again, the piano really taking the piano really taking the spotlight, and then just maneuvering along with that, with all these extra sounds being thrown in at the same time. Like, this is just a very beautiful and classical melody. I really like this section right here. And I enjoy Tony Banks because you can tell that he has a classical background in his piano-ship, his piano musicianship. It's always, well, let me not assume, because I don't know Genesis, I haven't listened to every single song from them. But from what I can tell, he seems classically trained, and you can hear that clearly in all of his music. And going back to Phil Collins real quick, kind of like right here is where I like him. Smooth, his voice is telling a story. It's not overly dramatic, but it's a nice narration over the music. And here, not as much. Not as much. Right here, perfect. This is great. I love it. This I can listen to over and over. And then recently, I've actually just been really listening to the music. You'll see me most of the time kind of close my eyes and just sit here and listen. I haven't even looked at the lyrics or really gotten into them. So give me just a moment so I can kind of read over them and give you my thoughts on those. Was it summer when the river ran dry, or was it just another dam? When the evil of a snowflake in June could still be a source of relief. Oh, how I love you, I once cried long ago, but I was the one who decided to go. To search beyond the final crest, though I'd heard it said, just birds could dwell so high. Sorry, I paused on that last one, I wasn't really reading. So I pretended to have wings for arms and took off in the air. I flew to places which the clouds never see, too close to the deserts of sand, where 1,000 mirages and shepherd of lies forced me to land and take a disguise. I would welcome a horse's kick to send me back if I could find a horse not made of sand. I'm sorry for kind of always going to this, but it could be like a relationship. The river ran dry, the love ran out. Was it summer or was it just another dam? Was it some sort of blockage, some sort of obstacle that messed up the relationship? Oh, how I love you, I once cried long ago, but I was the one who decided to go. This could relate to a lot of things. It could relate to Peter Gabriel leaving Genesis. Too close to deserts of sand, there are thousands of mirages and shepherds of lies. When you think of a shepherd, you may think Jesus. Shepherds, you have some sort of protection, some sort of warmth, but it says shepherd of lies. So whatever hope, whatever he thought was better, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he was promised things and things just didn't end up as well. Also, mirages. Obvious. I think it's funny in the verse he says, I would welcome a horse's kick to send me back if I could find a horse not made of sand. I actually like when Genesis writes like this because there's a sense of humor to their writing. He's like, I'll take pain. I'll take some sort of sharp, direct, and immediate pain if it pushes me back to where I was before. But he can't find a horse to kick him back. All he's finding is sand. He's stuck in the desert, this dry heat, a place, little survival, barely any life, and he's stuck there. So I just like the way that they write. And then I'm still kind of like mulling over that idea lyric-wise, and I'm kind of getting more of that as I read verse 3. Within the valley of shadowless death, they pray for thunderclouds and rain, but to the multitude who stand in the rain, heaven is where the sun shines. The grass will be greener till the stems turn brown. I'll get back into the second part after, actually. I just want to stop there. But to the multitude who stand in the rain. Okay, so he described a desert in the beginning, dry, little life, suffering, wishing for rain, of course, naturally. But then he says, but to the multitude who stand in the rain, to those who already have that, heaven is where the sun shines. So peace is actually in that deserty kind of area. Like I said, I think this is all an analogy and a metaphor for something else. I would say, obviously. Maybe for a career, maybe for their musical paths, maybe for relationships. I have no idea. But I think that's the fun of these kind of lyrics. And personally, I think that's the fun part of listening and kind of looking at the lyrics. Because it's not too often on a first listen, as far as I know. And maybe for just me personally, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody. But it's not so much on a first listen that I'm sitting there and literally looking at the lyrics or listening for the lyrics. I'm just listening to the music. And then afterwards, if I'm interested, then I'll go to the lyrics and actually like kind of see what they're talking about. And I think that's fun to do in general. I also think it's great to do of Genesis because I like the way that they write. And then he says, the grass will be greener till the stems turn to brown, and thoughts will fly higher till the earth brings them down, reality. Forever caught in desert lands, one has to learn to disbelieve the sea. I gotta be honest, I could sit here and really dissect these lyrics and just do this over and over and over again, and really find all sorts of different meanings in it. But the main thought that I'm getting from the song and from the lyrics is essentially, sometimes we wish for something else. We have dreams. The grass is greener on the other side. And then we go to the other side and it may not be as good for us, but other people who are on that side do the same thing on the other side where we were. And maybe like there's good on both sides, basically. Final moment, what I listened to this song. Funnily enough, and this is one of the hardest things with first listens because it's not necessarily the way that I like to consume music personally. To get true context, I like to listen to an album, right? Naturally. Because of the way that these videos are, I can't really do that. I have to kind of take song by single song. And in that case, to be 100% honest, I wouldn't listen to this song on its own. I wouldn't listen to this song. But I can imagine that this song is very powerful in context with the album, and it's perfectly in context with the album. Like, I can see that. These videos have been so long that my recording actually automatically stops. I would like to listen to the song before and after to really get context, which I can't get on this particular video listening to one single song. And sometimes I need that. Most of the time I need that, especially if I'm not immediately drawn to a song, but I can tell it's really good. Okay, let me hear the rest of it, what surrounds that song, and maybe that will give me more context into enjoying the song more. Because it's not that it's a bad song at all. I would never say that. This is not a bad song at all. It's a great song. It's actually a really good song. I just don't feel that it's standoutish compared to what I've heard of Genesis already. What do you guys think of the song? Do you think this is a amazing 5 out of 5 song? Is this kind of middle of the road? Is this not a great song to you? I honestly am more interested in your opinions and what you guys think of the music that I bring here than what I think of what the music, like, I look forward to reading your comments and what you think, because I have no idea. Some of you may love this song, some of you may not. I don't know. But regardless, that's where I'm kind of left with it. You guys, thank you so much for the request. Thank you so much for participating and not only commenting and talking to me, but also talking to each other. Because I go down there sometimes and I see a comment and it says like 5 replies, and I'm like, I never said anything to them. And it's just you guys going back and forth. And personally, I think that's absolutely awesome and amazing. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Join me on Twitter if you want. Join me down in the comments below. I'm always down there. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you again.